Hey everybody, welcome back to the next episode on the One Tile Challenge in Camlands. We are still in April and my conscience has got the better of me, and I think that now that we're in a position to spend a little bit of cash, I'm going to go to the shop and pick up a front loader, arm and pallet fork for the tractor. I think it's I've been using autoload, but I think after seeing some of my fellow creators videos, I feel a little bit guilty that I'm using the autoload mod and everyone else is actually doing the hard graft and loading the pallets themselves, so I'm going to jump on board and do that as well. So I'll head up to the shops just now and pick that up. I think though, before I do that, I'm not too keen on the configuration that the tractor's at just now. Let's have a look. I think did the rear twins, have I been silly? Rear twins, tricycle, and then I've did that. Okay, I think I'm going to stick with the rear twins. Nah, can't make my mind up. No, I'm going to go back to the original setup. Yeah. I think having the rear twins on it is only good for really field work, but you know, if you're actually doing some pallet lifting and things like that, it's not as mobile. So let me just double check. I'll get these. There's some mods here which are slightly cheaper, but I don't know if they'd be suitable. I think I'll just stick with the quickie because we know that's what the loader attachment is. And I think I'll go for the pallet fork as well. Then I'll be able to sleep soundly at night. Conscience is clear. You never know, perhaps I'll jump in and use the auto-load feature now and again, but I just initially thought it was a bit too repetitive. Okay, we've got them. Did I have a quick look in the sales? I did. Nothing there that takes my fancy just now. So let's head back down. I think immediately I seen that. We'll just double check. In fact, we can do it here before we cross the road. I wanted to check that the animals had everything they needed. Yeah, goats are dehydrated. There is absolutely no water there at all. And the sheep are very much near the same. So let's go down, get the water bowser, fill that up and give the animals some fresh water. So it's 1 o'clock, 1 PM game time. I'm wondering if there's something else we can fit into this month. Perhaps we could sow another field. We have 2 more fields there that don't have any crops in them, so it might be worthwhile considering that. We just on the last episode, but earlier this morning game time, we drilled some sorghum into the field just behind the sheep and the goats there. So it might be worthwhile having a quick look at what's available to be drilled this month and consider if it's worthwhile doing so. So let me just nip round here. I think as well I can only see 1 bale of hay next to each of the pens, so I might grab another couple of bales, stick 1 at each of the pens, and then that's everybody fed for at least the next couple of months. Come on. Where are you? do it? I think it done it without the trigger coming up. Water, yep. Yep, perfect. So we can leave this trailer here. Head over to our bale storage. Bale and pallet storage. And I think we will get... let's get 2. It's glued to the pork, it just doesn't want to leave it. Straight off of it. This time, yes! Let's go in and grab this one. We'll drop this at the sheep. I can see that we've also got some raisins and some apple juice there, so we may as well grab those while we're here. Okay, let's check the productions. In fact, sorry, what was that? $2,000, $3,000. Not too shabby. And yes, let's have a look at the productions. Apple trees, lots of water. That's good. That's still running. I don't think I'm tempted to increase the apple production a bit, but I can see we've got... oh no, we don't have another pallet. That's the water. Fruit greenhouse. What's happening here? Wow, yep. We have overloaded in grapes again. Granny's knitwear. We put in 1 pallet there, so that'll be working slowly. And the pump's distributing water. And we are generating more grapes than what we can actually deal with. So what we could do is we could set the grapes to selling, or we could grab the trailer. Is there any trailers? It'd be great if there was a trailer in the sale. Let's have a little look at something a little bit bigger. We've currently got this capacity 8.5. 12.1. This is a good all-rounder. This would have been good for the grapes. Let's see. This one here. For a... yeah, I think the one that Zorch set us out with in the beginning was probably the best of the smaller trailers, so we need to stick with that. It's actually set up for loading in some loose crops, so I think what I'll do is I'm going to do a couple of runs because I just want to get the grapes down a little bit from here. It'll boost us money wise as well, and then we'll double check the calendar. box of raisins that spawned there, and I think I'll make do with this being the last grapes that we put into the shop just now. It gives the productions a bit of breathing space because the greenhouse wasn't producing anymore, it was full. So let's dump this down. Or a better idea would be to actually dump it down in the trigger. Then let's dump the grapes. And we'll take the trailer back down, and I think we'll have a look to see what we could possibly drill in the remaining 2 fields. Ideally something we could do in April just now, and then possibly something we could do next month, May, and that kind of evens things out a little bit. So let's have a look. So April, carrots, corn, grapes. I think we've got enough grapes, thank you. Oat, now that could be the one to do. If we do oats this month, let's see. We could do oats just now actually. So the other thing I was thinking about, I've just finished watching Farmer Donkey, another content creator who's accepted the challenge. He's got a fantastic playlist on the go just now. I think he's maybe up at episode 22. So I've been watching that, and I see that he's been planting some trees. So I think I might actually consider doing that as well. But what we'll do is we'll get this sealed, this field drilled, and we'll drill it with oats. And then I think we'll possibly have a look at how much it costs for the machinery to, let's take that, and let's also take some seeds. How much it costs for the machinery to plant tree saplings. So we have all the seeds, oats, and let's get to work. The 4th field. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Field, that's the first field of oats. I'm just tempted to maybe consider doing this other one with oats as well. I mean, the winter crops that we could keep that field for is barley and maybe wheat. I'm not sure. Canola is also later. That's also possibly an option. The thing that's making me hold off from doing this just now is that obviously we'll need to do things later, but what else do we do just now? If we leave this field, what can we do just now? Let's have a look at the tree planter. Now where is that again? Is that further down? Tree planter. Oh, now we could possibly get that. How much is it for saplings? 1,000. So I'm thinking that possibly in the next episode in May, we'll not have much to do, but I think what we want to be doing is planting trees. I have a feeling that that would be a good shout. As I say, I've seen Farmer Donkey do it. Obviously I think it takes about a year or two for the trees to grow. But I'm also thinking that when I seen his timber mill as well, I thought this is a good opportunity to perhaps consider how we get lumber into the farm for the sort of secondary objective of the challenge, which is to really build a construction project. Now, I think Sorts has not been specific on what any particular construction project, but it could be a farmhouse or a barn. I'm not too sure what I'll do yet, but I think it would be a good idea to perhaps be considering how we get timber. The other thing as well is I think we will get a stone collector in the future. However, I don't think it's going to produce enough stones for us to warrant a cement mill. So perhaps what we could maybe do is a cement mill, but we may need a stone production facility as well. So I'd like to think about that. Something that maybe, I don't know if it's the same that also produces the roof slates, etc. I'll need to have a little look and see who that is. Okay, good. That was good because that was starting to bother me. That was looking wildly, disgustingly dirty. So yeah, I think we're kind of good now. So it's just that one other field. So I think if we hold off until, if we plant trees in May, we just might need to advance forward a few months to September to maybe plant barley or wheat. If we plant wheat, I think we could probably get chickens. And saying that though, we did plant sorghum, which is due to be harvested in August, I believe. Yeah. So that could go towards some chickens as well. I can't really think of anything that we really want to do just now that's going to, you know, a cow pen or anything. I don't really think we want to be able to do that just now. That's probably a bit too soon. Other productions that we could do, guys, please give me a shout if you have any ideas. Ultimately, I think we'll do trees the next episode. Later on down the line, once we've got enough timber, we'll probably, or once the trees are grown, we'll probably do a timber mill and we'll produce beams and logs from those. But at this moment in time, I'm a little bit stuck on where to go. I don't just want to freely start advancing through months, unless people think that's a good thing to do. But yeah, I'm a little bit stuck on what to do at the moment. I'd like to have a mixture of crops. I think maybe doing one of the winter crops would be a good thing to do and have that growing throughout winter. So that'll keep us busy. the other thing as well is if we do, we could actually sow sorghum into that. Again, harvest it all, and in the same month and following month, plant the winter crops. Let's do that. Let's do that. I think that would be a good shout. So let's grab the planter, which I did leave up here somewhere. There it's there. Why is my front wheels not working? And let's finish the fields by planting some more sorghum. Well, that's us drilled our last field for the moment. That planter is slow. Oh my goodness, we'll need to upgrade that as soon as we can. But that's us done that for today, guys, and I think that'll end today's episode and the month of April. Next episode we'll move into May, and as I say, we'll have a check to see what we can do, but I think what we're going to do is plant trees. Whoops, I think I pushed that too far backwards. Let's just tidy that up a little bit. That's better. So yeah, thanks again everybody for joining me for another episode. If you do enjoy the one tile challenge, please have a look in my description. You'll find that in my description there's everybody that kind of I know of who are content creators and are doing the challenge, so the links are in the description. Feel free to have a look at other videos, see what other people are doing. I think that the other thing as well is if anyone feels like having a shot at this challenge themselves, please obviously feel free to do so. Drop me a comment with your channel and I'll add you to the list of contributors as well. Farmer Donkey's in there. I'm really enjoying his videos at the moment, so shout out to him. But thanks very much again everybody. If you do enjoy this, please drop me a like or smash the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.